Hi, I'm Ali and welcome to my channel. Today's video will be my 6-month update in my year-long 19 and 2019 project pan, where I will try to pan or use up 19 products from my current beauty collection. So let's see where we're at so far. So starting on a positive note, I did manage to hit pan or use up 2 items since my last update in March. First was this Becca Sunlit bronzer in the shade Capri Coast. I actually managed to hit pan on this a few days into April, so just not long after my last update, and I was really happy about that. I've continued to use it on and off, but I have been focusing my efforts on the bronzer that I had rolled in to replace it. This is the Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Bronzer, and I have made some decent progress so far. Unfortunately, I forgot to take a picture of it, but I'll include a screenshot from my last video where I showed that there was kind of a mound on this bronzer that has definitely gone down, and I'm slowly chipping away at it. So fingers crossed I'll be able to hit pan on this as well by the end of the year. The second item that I hit pan on was this Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift. I was so close to hitting pan at my last check-in, and since then I took out the stopper and tried to scrape off as much from the inside as I could. It seems like there is still a tiny bit at the bottom, but I can't seem to reach it, and I'm going to say that I've hit pan on it for all intents and purposes. And in its place, I did roll in a new color correcting product. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid. I started at the top line when I rolled this product in, and I marked myself around here on June 30th. So it's looking doubtful that I'll be able to finish this up by the end of the year, but I'll be curious to see how much progress I can make on this. I'm pretty confident about hitting pan or finishing up these next couple of items, and I'll conclude this video with all the products that are looking pretty doubtful at this point, but I'm going to keep them in there and see how much progress I can make. I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to hit pan on this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Concealer by my next update. Since my last check-in in March, I believe that the amount of product has gone down by at least half, and I'm really loving using it this month. I'm thinking it really pairs well with the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer that I have in my July monthly makeup basket. So I'm hoping to go hard on this month and hopefully finish it up before my next check-in in September. I'm also fairly confident that I'll be able to finish up my Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid Foundation. I have the shade Dune, and while I haven't been using this as a foundation by itself, I have been mixing it in with a lot of my other lighter foundations to kind of darken them up. And I have been mixing in 1 drop with my current tint moisturizer. I'm thinking it looks a little bit dark, but I'm okay with that. I just really want to use this up, get it out of my collection. It's so old. I feel like I've made decent progress on it. For some reason, I couldn't find the picture that I took of my March measurement, but I do feel like I've made decent progress from my January starting point. So I really need to do a better job at documenting all of my Project Pan products. But you know, this is my first one and I'm learning something every time, so we'll just keep going and see what I can do with this. I have 1 eyeshadow palette in this Project Pan, and that's this bareMinerals Bare Neutrals 8-pan eyeshadow palette. I'm really close to hitting pan on 3 shades. I can almost feel it. This cream shade down here and these 2 darker brown shades at the top, I pretty much use every time I pull out this palette. I've kind of been alternating between the shimmer shades, so that's a little more slow going, but I really think I can do it. My goal, I probably won't be able to hit pan on all 8 shades, but I'd be really happy if I could hit pan on at least 4 of them. I would consider that a success. I've also been working hard on my Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is where I was at in March, and here's where I marked myself in June. And I'm not sure if you can see, but the level has gone down a little more. I also think that this pairs really nicely with my Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, so I have been reaching for this almost every day. And based on my current progress, I think it's very likely that I'll be able to finish this up by the end of the year. The same goes for my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is in the shade Rose Gold, and I would say that I use a little less than half. from January to June. I think if I really push myself that I can make better progress on this. My problem with this is that I often forget to put this on before I powder my face. I do feel like I've been doing a better job at remembering to do this before I set my face with powder, but if I can remember to do that on a more consistent basis, I really think that I can finish this up. I debated whether or not I would keep this Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in Mercier Cabana in this project pan, and unfortunately I didn't use it much between March and June. I thought I might switch it out for something else, and then when I was sitting down to film this video, I thought, you know, when I decided to make this purchase, I didn't purchase it on a whim. I actually did research on it, so I really should try to get as much use out of it as I can. So it is going to be staying in. I originally pulled this in to use as a natural highlight. I think that I'll be able to hit pan if I use it to maybe set my my eyelids after I put on my eyeshadow primer, my MAC paint pot. I'll continue to use it as a natural highlighter, but if anyone has any additional ideas on how I can use this up faster, please let me know in the comments down below. It's taken a while, but I think I'm finally starting to see progress on my NARS dual eyeshadow palette. This is in the shade Brousse. I may be digging in my brush a little bit harder into the shades, but I do think that I'm able to pick up more product now, and I'm definitely being able to see past the vertical lines in each of the palettes, or in each of the pans. So it's slow going, but hopefully we'll get there. The blushes are super challenging to pan. Here's my Clinique blush in the shade Cupid. And here is my NARS blush in the shade Deep Throat. Very minimal progress to be made, even though I try to use them both at least 2 to 3 times a week. I'm thinking that to speed up my use of these two blushes, I'm going to also have to start using them as eyeshadows. I tried doing that today, and I think it came out okay, so we'll see if I can double up on the uses of these blushes and see if I can get more progress out of them. I'm a little discouraged at how slow my progress is going with my MAC paint pot. I use the shade Soft Ochre as an eyeshadow primer, and I thought I was making good progress on it, but I really don't see much progress since March, even though this is one of the few products among my project pan items that I do use pretty much every day. So it's a little disappointing, but I'm just going to keep soldiering on, and maybe all of a sudden it'll just go down. I am happy with the progress that I've made with my Boscia Tsubaki Splash Mask. I've been trying to use this more consistently, maybe once, possibly twice a week, and I'm finally seeing a big jump in progress. I don't think I'll be able to finish it up this year, but I'm definitely happy that things are starting to move along with this product. I do see now that it was a mistake to pull in 6 lip products into this project pan, but what's done is done, and I will try my best to work on all of them. I have 2 lip pencils. I've been using this Lipstick Queen chubby pencil stick in the shade Cameo to kind of just prep my lips for my other lip products. After I've set my face with powder, I just put this on and kind of use it as a balm. There's a slight color in it, but really nothing that'll show up if I wore it out in public. So I'm happy to use it just as a lip prep treatment. There is progress to be made. As I've been sharpening it, I finally cut into the Lipstick Queen logo. So that's progress. I thought that I had done a lot better on my Maybelline Precision Lip Liner. This is in the shade Nude. I seem to sharpen it probably every other week, maybe every 1.5 weeks or so. This is not something I would repurchase. While I do like the color, I don't like the feel of the wood pencil. After I sharpen it, there are frequently sharp edges, and I just prefer a gel lip liner. It's too bad because I really do like this color. Today I'm wearing my Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy lipstick in the shade Rebellious Rose. I really like this color, but it's so pigmented, it really doesn't take much. And I found that instead of applying it directly to my lips, I kind of just tap it with my fingers and then apply to my lips. It still gives a lot of pigment. I'm wondering if maybe I can also use it as a blush, maybe as a cream blush. I do have issues with having my blush be noticeable by the end of the day. This is such a strong color. I'm wondering if that might work. I'll have to try it. I also pulled in my Real Her Girl Power lipstick in the shade Mauve in March. I actually misplaced it between shooting the that March update video and editing it. I found it, I think sometime in late March. Forgot to take a picture of it, but I did take a picture of it in June, so I'll be able to mark my progress now. I feel like I've made some progress on it. This edge has started to dip into the logo, and I'm pretty sure that the logo wouldn't have been at the top of the stick. I can't say for sure because I don't remember what it looked like, but I do like this color and it is comfortable on the lips. I'll continue using it to the end of the year, at least. And finally, I have my Mercier lip glaze. This is in the shade Blush. I really like this lip glaze. The Mercier lip glosses are so comfortable on the lips, not sticky at all. I love the color. I'm thinking that if I push a little bit harder on it, I can maybe increase my progress and finish it up by the end of the year. So I will be trying to do that. Somehow I forgot to film my 6th lip product. This is the Neutrogena Moisture Shine Soothing Lip Sheer in Fresh Rose. I thought I had done a better job on it, but again, very little progress to be seen here. And because I've made this a rolling project pan, in the event that I happen to hit pan or finish up a product before my next update in September, I have 2 products standing by to roll into this project. First will be this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have the shade Sand. I think it's a little too dark for me, but maybe mixing it in with foundations or using it as a spot concealer rather than under my eyes, I can make this work. And I have this Trish McEvoy Precision Brow Shaper Pencil in the shade Natural Brunette. I used this in my monthly makeup basket in June I believe, and I have such a small amount left. I think that if I put it into the project pan, I can just finish it up, get it out of my collection once and for all. Okay, so that's where I'm at the halfway point of this year-long project pan. It's been a lot of fun so far, definitely been a challenge, and I can't wait to see how things pan out in the end. Thanks so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again in one of my future videos. Bye!